Good afternoon. Thank you for this time. I'm Richard Rose, president of the Atlanta NAACP and a resident of Atlanta. I come before you today in support of a family who lost Jimmy Atchison unnecessarily. The Atlanta NAACP continues to be concerned that the Atlanta Police Department has not fully transitioned to protect and serve. Body cameras can help us provide another measure of integrity, but only if the policy requires that failure to adhere to it will deserve punishment by termination. Only if police leadership, as well as rank and file, have the discipline to guarantee transparency will the entire community feel respected and protected. We continue to urge the department to implement a plan of frequent psychological evaluations. We must recognize that our lives today are affected by so many influences in short bursts that an evaluation in the hiring process cannot be a permanent determination for fitness. Healing can only follow recognition. Only vigilance in these matters can be relied upon to protect a diverse population. Lastly, it must be easier for police to help each other, to be better servants. The public is encouraged, if you see something, say something. Those charged with our protection should also adhere to that admonition. The city too busy to hate should not become the city too busy to care. Thank you.
Mr. Griggs, 4 minutes.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, all of council. And I must say that on January the 22nd, a son of Atlanta was shot in his face unarmed in a closet. And the family has not heard from any of you one word of condolences to the Atchison family who's seated here. All of them were here, and they have now, many of them have left. And I'm just ashamed. I am ashamed for my city, because it's not the first time we've had to come down here with the issue of an unarmed African-American man gunned down by the police. Kane Rogers, DeAndre Phillips, Oscar Kane, and the list goes on and on. But we hear about Jimmy Atchison today. And I'm going to ask you, when is it enough? When is it enough to look these individuals in their eye and say, I'm sorry? When is it enough to force police officers to wear body cameras and cut them on in every incident? We have Push Black members here with 30,000 signatures and growing, calling for the termination of Sung Kim. We have the Georgia NAACP, the national NAACP, and of course the Atlanta NAACP calling for a full investigation. But this family has had no answers. They've met with Chief Shields, they've met with the Honorable Keisha Lance Bottoms, and they still have no answers. So my question is to this honorable council, when are we going to do something? You can do something today by saying I'm sorry to Jimmy Hill, by saying I'm sorry to Miss Atchison, by saying I'm sorry to Jimmy's 2 children, because today we're coming to you almost 4 months later. I saw a lot of accolades being passed out and a lot of recognitions being passed out, but I didn't hear one time anyone mention the name of Jimmy Atchison, a son of Atlanta in Miss Boone's district, where no one has publicly said anything about Jimmy's death. We had to come to a city council meeting. We had to come to a town hall. We had to come to the mayor and the police chief. This is unacceptable in a city too busy to hate. So what we're calling for now is accountability. We're calling on the city council to do what's right, to fire Sung Kim, to have a real policy on body cameras, and to be more receptive to families. You shouldn't have to be reached out to for someone to offer condolences. That's simple. That's what this city was built on. So I come to you as the Atlanta NAACP, a member of the Georgia State Conference, but more importantly, a son of Atlanta.